Hello all, welcome on into our tarot spread for the week ahead. This is for the week of March 2nd, 2026. It's a new month. I hope everyone made it through February okay. I hope March is, although March seems to be coming in like a lion, I hope it goes out like a lamb, as they say. Wishing the best for us in March. Maybe a little luck, maybe a little peace. March is the month of my birthday, and it's a milestone birthday for me this year, so I'm very excited about that. Thank you all for being here with me in the month of my birth. It's also, I believe, when I do the reading on March 16th, that will actually be close to a year since I started doing these weekly videos. And if you've been with me since the beginning, thank you very much. If you've just recently found this channel and are enjoying the readings, thank you. For those of you who might pop in and out, intermittent viewers, I thank you. And if you know anyone who might appreciate these readings, please feel free to share. Also, if you appreciate these readings, please feel free to like, subscribe, all of that good stuff, all of that housekeeping. And March is also Women's History Month. So I'm going to be using this month some of the decks I have that celebrate women, notable women, achievements of women, empower women, etc., etc., etc. And so today I am using Our Tarot, a guidebook and deck featuring notable women in history by Sarah Shipman. And I really like this deck. I think I've used it once or twice before. The deck, each card is an actual woman of history or from history, a historical woman or a woman who was involved in a historical event, if you will. And the guidebook is really thick. It is an actual book that tells you not only about the cards, that tells you not only about the cards, but about the women and why they are notable, and talks about their achievements. And I love it for that. So this will be our first deck that we're using for Women's History Month. And away we go. I like this guy. And I'm going to hold the cards up to the camera so we can see, you all can take notes if you want, as to who the women on the cards are. Some of them we'll probably know, some of them we may not. So we'll see. Just making sure I'm in there. Oh, and I did my live tarot reading for the rest of the year on Friday, February 27th. And you know what? I believe that we've got to own things and be honest about things. And I'm going to be honest. My mom was my attendee. She was the person who attended, but we had fun. It was great. And in retrospect, it gave me some time to hang out with my mom and catch up. And we also did a tarot reading. I will be doing another live reading for the spring equinox coming up here. Date to be determined. Watch this space. If you'd like to join us, if you'd like to join me and my mom, because I'm sure she'll attend, you can feel free to register when that information is known. It's something I'd like to do, is do at least periodic readings throughout the year, live readings, because I think there is goodness when we all gather, so to speak. And I really do like reading for people and having that feedback and interaction. I like when the readings become a collective experience. Not that I don't like doing these videos, because I do. All right, there's our second or third. And, you know, it's funny to me because this is a deck I haven't used in a long time. I can't really remember the last time I've used this deck. But I noticed that at least two of the cards here are cards that came up in my yearly reading. And as you can see, I am shuffling live. So I'm not like picking the cards. I'm not stacking the deck. Ha, ha, ha. These come out live. And it always amazes me that they can be the similar cards, which does lend credence to the fact that we can tune into energies that are present and read into those energies. And we'll pull a few more cards here. We gotta get our Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Let's see what our weekend is gonna be like. Woo! March for me is going to be a month of celebration, and I like that. I like that for me. Okay, so just as a note, 3 of these cards are the same cards that came up in my yearly reading that I did live on Friday. So just know that these are energies that are present with us. These are energies that are present with us now and that might be present for the rest of the year. Some of these at least. All right. Oh, love this for us. I'm going to go with all those. Those are the exact cards I needed. And away we go. So our card of the week is the High Priestess, which is Hildegard of Bingen. I'm not sure I know who Hildegard of Bingen is, so this is one that I will actually be looking up after this reading. And the High Priestess is such a deep inner exploration and knowing. It is such these are the deepest parts of ourselves. These are the parts where we are open to a connection with something greater than us, but also they're parts that we don't normally show people a lot. I love all of the eyes here, above her head, showing that there is a connection here with the divine. There is a connection with being able to see beyond what's in the world, beyond where she's sitting, like that we're able to see and envision. And again, I don't know anything about Hildegard of Bingen, but I'm going to read the book as when I get done with this so we can see. And I love that, she's seated in this beautiful place and truly connecting to this vision above her. And I also feel like in this particular card, there's a feeling of being protected in that space. Like, we've probably all heard the phrase, your body is a temple. And I believe sort of that's sort of the message here for this card this week, that our inner selves, our inner world, that sacred connection we have both with ourselves and something higher is a temple. It is a sacred space. And we can consider who we let in. So maybe there's also some boundaries here about who we let into that space. Often there's talk with the High Priestess about there being a veil and letting people behind the veil, going behind the veil, seeing what's behind the veil. And let's pay attention to that this week. Let's pay attention to those parts that we maybe keep hidden, or those sacred parts that are a deeper connection. And how can we maybe deepen the connection? And maybe are we keeping it too closed off from other people? Do we need to be vulnerable maybe? Do we need to share? Do we need to feel safe being seen in that space? And I think that is our message here with the High Priestess for the week. For Monday, today, we have the Magician and we have Marie Curie. Love her, love this. So the Magician is about taking those ideas, those thoughts, those theories, and making them real, putting them to practical use. And certainly Marie Curie, a scientist, would be a perfect representation of that. Taking, again, those theoretical things, those thoughts, those ideas, those educated guesses of, I think if we do this, then this will happen. And then using it, proving it. So we're combining our mind, our imaginations, our creative impulses with the tools that we have to make things real. And so this is a card of creation. This is a card of action. This is a card of doing. This is a card of taking many ingredients and building something. and really achieving something. So we're starting the week off. We're starting the week off with some pretty big energy. Go out there and achieve, everyone. Moving in to Tuesday, we have the Seven of Cups with Eleanor of Aquitaine. And Seven of Cups is about making choices. It's about deciding which way to go in life. It's about deciding not only what we want, what our priorities are, but also choosing what is the best way to get there. And not getting distracted by things that aren't necessarily for us. You know, some things might look pretty, but they could potentially be harmful. Like we have a snake up here. The snake is beautiful, but it could potentially bite us. It could be a venomous snake. We could be distracted by these shiny jewels, but then we're robbed, you know, or it turns out the jewels are fake, but we were distracted by the shininess. You know, we could, you know, choose the fresh water. We could choose the sort of dirty water. We choose flower. We could choose flowers and then be allergic to flowers. Or all of these might have benefits, but it's up to us to weigh what the benefits are and how applicable they are right now for where we want to go in life. So a message here would be, don't get distracted. Don't get bogged down by all the choices. Tune into your intuition. Get quiet, go to that sacred temple inside of yourself, tune into your intuition and decide what's best for you right now. And, you know, it really, each choice is going to lead us down a different path. I don't mean to be like, there's bad choices. There are going to be choices that are better for you than another, but each choice leads us down a path and ultimately a place that we're meant to go. But maybe tomorrow, Tuesday, just take a moment to pause, evaluate the choices, and really think, you know, what is the best choice for me right now for where I want to go? Keep your eyes on the prize, if you will. For Wednesday, we have the Chariot, and we have Harriet Tubman, which again, I love that. I love her as a representative for this card. This deck really is so well done. And the Chariot really is about us moving forward on our journeys in life. And it could be an actual journey. It could be the actual journey of maybe accepting a job across the country. So now you have to move. And that is a transition and a journey and a moving forward in life. It could be an internal journey. Where you're making peace with you're going again behind the veil and you're making peace with yourself. And so it could be this deep internal journey. Whatever it is, it's going to take you somewhere else, and it's going to take you somewhere you need to go. And there is going to be the most wonderful transitioning of getting from point A to point B. And in the context, you know, there may be some freedom, feeling free, feeling, you know, feeling that you can truly be yourself, accepting all of yourself, I think is part of the Chariot too. There are a couple of cards that I feel it's very much a message. And for the Chariot, I think it really is, you're not going to get to where you want to go unless you use all of your skills, all of your talents, all aspects of your personality. So again, maybe the message here of being vulnerable, letting people see who you are, all of you, so that you can get to where you need to go. And that is Wednesday. Oh, and again, yeah, Tuesday, here it's all connected. Making the right choice to make this journey. For Thursday, we have 10 of Swords, and we have Lupe Velez, who was a Mexican actress who also had some success in Hollywood for a bit. And 10 of Swords it's a 10. So we've completed something. We're sort of at the end of something. And because it's a sword, suit of air, our thoughts, our intellect, our wit, our minds, we might have been going through something that caused us some anxiety or some mental turmoil, some struggle, some difficulty making a decision. Oh, it's all connected, everybody. Each card is all connected. It's a story we're telling. So, Ten of Swords implies that whatever this is that we've been dealing with, you're at a point where you feel like it's over, like you're ready to make that choice, you're ready to make that transition, you're ready to do this thing, you're ready to take it and make it real and work on it. But you're likely pretty tired. You're likely pretty tired. You likely need to take a break, take a rest. And so I encourage you to do that for yourself on Thursday. Maybe take some time, because it is the suit of the mind. Take some time to think about really what is next. Some time to think about the journey, the actual practice of making whatever this is real, or bringing whatever this is to life, whatever you're working on, the choices. Take some time to really think about it. Take a pause, take a break, and really think about it, because you're there. You're almost there. It's almost over. All of those thoughts, all of that anxiety, all of those it's gonna be it's gonna be okay. You're gonna get through it. But maybe take some time just to pause and think about it if you can. For Friday, we have the Emperor, which is Victoria, Queen Victoria of England, and the Emperor it's a day, with what we've been going through here, with these choices, with this fatigue, this decision fatigue, or this mental fatigue, these transitions, these choices, this work of wanting to make this real. The Emperor invites us to take a break. Again, maybe take some time and really think about the structure of how we're maneuvering all of this. Really think about the structures, the systems, the rules, or the laws, if you will, that we have in place, that we use to guide ourselves. What are our boundaries? What are our non-negotiables? What are our guiding forces in our life that really help make a difference, that really help us get to where we want to and need to go? And because having those in place, knowing what we will stand for and what we won't stand for, is going to help us with this. And in the Emperor, I also get a feeling about using your voice. Again, being able to clearly state those boundaries, being able to clearly state, you know what, that doesn't work for me. Even if it's something like, a friend wants to go out to dinner and you don't have time, being able to say, you know what, that doesn't work for me. I don't have time to do that right now. I mean, you don't have to be rude. You can say to your friend, hey, let's do it next week, and that works better. But but just being able to stand and say, that's not going to work for me. And keeping those boundaries. I get the feeling it's sort of like a hard boundaries with this one, or a hard, sitting with your systems and saying, nope, you know what? Nope, I am going to do this. I am going to do this workout plan that I know is going to help me feel better. I know I'm going to do it every day. Even if I have to arrange a schedule, even if I have to cancel this, or even if I have to turn down a coffee date or something, I'm going to stand for this. I'm going to do this. And that sort of focus, those sort of systems, those sort of quote unquote rules and regulations we put in place for ourselves, and the ability to articulate that is really going to help make all of this a reality, is really going to help bring some focus to this, and some clarity and some structure to what's going on in life. So that is Friday. For Saturday, we have the Two of Wands, and we have Sarah Grimke and Angelina Grimke. Again, I don't know who these folks are, but I hope you'll join me in Googling, going down some Wikipedia rabbit holes. And I Two of Wands to me is very similar. It works so well with Seven of Cups and the Chariot in some ways. Two of Wands really can be the world is your oyster. It's a time to dream big. It's a time of formulating some plans. Works with the Magician very well too. Magicians have wands, everyone. To really take that time to feel that creative spark, to feel that energy, to dream the big dreams, dream the big dreams. And really, now that we have our structure in place to help guide us, really think about what could be possible in life. Really think about what you want, what choices are going to get you there. Really think about whatever this project is, whatever these dreams you want to make reality are. Take the time to think about it on Saturday, because you're moving forward. You're completing this transition, and you're going to feel free. You're going to feel free after you do it, and we are going to be able to let go of some of this mental load, this mental anguish maybe that we've been, and we're going to find some peace here. So for Two of Wands, take a time out to daydream. This month I'm working through, I belong to a personal development book club, and we're doing the book, How to Break Up with Your Phone. So put the phone down. Give yourself some time to put the phone down and dream about what's possible. If you were holding your ideal world in your hands, what would that look like? What would that look like for you? And really take the time to think about that, and then evaluate, maybe go back to these choices and think, which of these choices is going to help me get closer to that? And I always tell people I'm intuitive, but not psychic. But before I even opened the box of this deck, I thought of this next card, and I thought she was going to show up for us. And she did. So again, not psychic. I wouldn't say I'm psychic, but I do get intuitive hits that more often than not turn out to be right. And Marsha P. Johnson, I was waiting for her, and here she is. And Marsha P. Johnson is an LGBTQ icon, activist, really, really activist, I think might be the best word to describe. And she is our Six of Swords. And Six of Swords, much like our Chariot, very much about transition, very much about moving from one phase to the next. With the Six of Swords, I feel like there's really a peace to this card. Whenever I pull this card, I personally feel a peace and a stillness and maybe a clarity with this card that's very reassuring. I think this is a card about knowing that you are safe and guided in your transition, whether that is someone in your life actually helping you, a friend, a parent, a partner, someone who actually is keeping you safe and guiding you and making you feel supported, or it could be a connection with a higher power. Whatever your religion is, if you believe in like universal energy or what have you, it could be that. It could be both. And if it's both, amazing. Love that. Sometimes we need all the support we can get. I feel like this card is really about a transition into moving into that full expression of yourself. I feel that's our message this week. Along with the Chariot, again, how that can be about accepting all sides of yourself and using that to propel yourself forward and be stronger and empowering in that strength. I think the Six of Swords here is that. It's like you are safe. You're safe to be yourself. You're safe to move through whatever this transition is. You're supported, you're accepted, you're seen in that. And just know you're going to get to the other side. I love how over here we've got like sort of this darkness, but we're heading over to this lightness. We're heading across to these beautiful trees, across this still water. And we're protected. These swords, if you will, in the water here are protecting and guiding. We're not going to go off course. We're not going to go off course with these swords in the water. And for Sunday, just take a moment, and maybe take a moment to be grateful for the support system you do have, for the connections you do have on Sunday. And if you feel so bold, tell those people that you appreciate them. Tell those people you're thankful for them. You're thankful for their support. And if called, don't be afraid to reach out and support somebody else. If you feel like a friend or family member or someone needs some support, don't be afraid to be that person. And that is our reading for the week. Again, this is our Women's History Month celebration. I hope you take some time to look up some of these women and see their accomplishments and appreciate them for who they are, flaws and all. I will be looking up some of the folks that I'm not overly familiar with. Yeah. thank you all again. Always thank you for joining me. I do personal readings, so if you would like a reading, feel free to visit the website in my profile and book a personal reading. They're delivered by video, so you don't have to be live. I will do the reading live for you to recording, but you don't have to schedule an appointment or schedule a time to be online live. And again, thank you all for watching. I will see you next week.